So often we see heartfelt memorials spring up in cities struggling to process the trauma of the mass shooting. And our Chris Holmstrom is here with a closer look at how victims of gun violence are being remembered. Chris.
I mean, when you see those visuals, it just makes it so hard to see. But I want to tell you a story about two local men who are traveling to places like you just saw in El Paso to try to bring healing to these grieving communities. They were actually just in Monterey Park, where 11 people were killed earlier this year. Meet David and Noah. It's been more than 3 weeks since the deadly Monterey Park shooting. Hundreds were celebrating Lunar New Year when a gunman opened fire, killing 11 people.
So right now we're at the memorial site here in Monterey Park.
Noah Reich is co-founder of Classroom of Compassion. He and his partner David Maldonado have spent the last few weeks creating this memorial.
Each altar is meant to honor an individual victim and really continue telling the story and showing the face of who these people are that we find ourselves mourning city after city.
An unimaginable tragedy that has hit this community hard.
These instances really, really shake a community, and it isn't until the community comes together and starts really digesting what happens that it can really, I believe, move forward in its healing.
The San Fernando Valley natives started getting involved after the Pulse shooting in Orlando. 49 people were killed at a gay nightclub.
We wanted to, just in our own personal lives, find ways that we could begin seeing past the number of these tragedies and be reminded of the many that we're losing in these tragedies, how we remind ourselves of the humanity of each of the people being lost.
Their first big memorial, the 1-year anniversary of Route 91 in Las Vegas. A month later, things hit closer to home, the borderline shooting in Thousand Oaks. From there, they traveled the country shooting after shooting. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, El Paso, Texas, Sacramento, Buffalo, New York, Uvalde, Texas, Colorado Springs, now Monterey Park.
This sort of like American nightmare continues. We know that we're very much a country united in our grief in this moment, and so much of that loss is coming at the hands of these weapons that really should not be in civilians' arms, that really should not be accessible to us.
2 weeks after the Monterey Park shooting, the LA Board of Supervisors set out new gun regulations. Among the measures, banning the sale of guns or bullets in unincorporated LA County that are .50 caliber or larger. County Supervisor Janice Hahn.
These are the giant bullets designed for combat that make killing easy because of the damage they do to the human body.
Another regulation would ban people from carrying guns on county property in places like beaches, parks, and buildings. Law enforcement and members of the military would be exempt. The board also voiced support for federal legislation putting stricter restrictions into place on assault weapons, legislation that has faced several constitutional setbacks. As the conversation on gun control continues, this duo leaves their mark on Monterey Park, a community that will never be the same.
It's only a matter of time before you go to another location to help that community grieve. What would you like to tell the community of Monterey Park?
You are not forgotten, that there are going to be many days ahead of reminders of the pain and profound loss here, and we'll be here in any way we can to continue helping the community.
Chris Holmstrom, KCAL News. Yes, those two have done so much. So the Board of Supervisors, they will meet again February 28th for a final vote. Other measures that got unanimous support but still need to be vetted include prohibiting people under 21 from going into gun showrooms and monitoring who's buying guns, like requiring videotape recordings of transactions. And Amy, we have reached out to the NRA and the California Gun Owners Association. We're still waiting to hear back from them. So it'll be interesting to see what they have to say. But as far as these two men go, obviously they see a lot and they feel a lot, and they just want to help out and make sure that these don't keep happening.
And I'm sure that seeing those beautiful flowers there just really comforts those that are visiting.
It does. A place for them to grieve.
Absolutely. All right, Chris, thank you so much.